Good midnight to you. I'm Tom.
I'm Galen.
And these are your 15 minutes of FUME. We have been infected. Oh, that's a bad choice of words.
No.
We have obtained the holiday spirit, y'all. And I mean that in the figurative sense in terms of, putting up little decorations around the house. And also literally because we have the new box of cookies perfumes that the lab released basically with around the time with Thanksgiving, but it was a Yule collection that was being released early. Kind of like, I guess, a small hope that we could get a little bit of Yule out there while we were waiting to see, how many other eggs were in the golden goose.
An appetizer.
An appetizer. A cookie. Don't forget to eat your cookies before dessert. So...
It took me a second.
Clean plates. No dessert unless you've had your cookies. In days gone by, whenever the lab had events around the holidays, we would always have a canned food drive for the LA Regional Food Bank. And we can't do that anymore. So we released this collection, box of cookies. It's like sugar cookie versions of some of our beloved perfumes. And... the proceeds go to the LA Regional Food Bank, which is kind of ideal because I've been reading about how food banks prefer cash donations or stuff from their very specific list that they share, because everyone gives the same 6 or 7 things that often require other ingredients, and it's one of those great things where the spirit of helping is important, but also actual help would help. So we're giving money. Usually the lab gives a nice donation ahead of sales, just anticipating what we know we're likely to sell. And every perfume that you buy from box of cookies, everything above the cost of production goes to LA Regional Food Bank. Got it? Got it?
I guess.
Okay, repeat it back to me.
No, I didn't know I was going to be tested. I wasn't listening.
Well, while you're working on that, let's just dive in and smell some of these, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
I like sugar cookies. I like,
yes.
perfumes. What could go wrong? The first one we have, we're going alphabetically, or I guess whatever order they're in on the site. I think it's alphabetically. Sugar cookie.
A, B, C, D.
Cathedral. Our Cathedral blend is in the general catalog. It's like a Frankenmyrrh type, deeply Catholic incense blend. It's been sugar cookified, and the perfumer says that it smells like sneaking snacks into an old school Roman Catholic mass, which this is just tourism for me because I've never done any of those things. To be honest, I like Cathedral, and I especially like layering it because by itself it's kind of too strong for me. The incense is so potent, and I know that people are want to flagellate themselves with it and are so Catholic that it hurts, and that's a good thing, but the sugar cookie makes it really weirdly more approachable for me.
It kind of reminds me of All Souls from our Halloween collection, which we usually bring back every year, offertory cakes and incense kind of thing. So there's the sweet foodie, but also the churchiness.
The frankincense can go a little lemony for me, and there's something about how that translates into the sugar cookie that I think is really nice. It's spicy, smoky, lemony, shortbread kind of smell.
It is weirdly lemony. I know what you mean.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I know it's not lemon, but it's...
There's a zing.
It's something. And again, there is something about the cookie plate that really makes it a kind of a... I don't know, just a kind of a warmer experience. It doesn't have the kind of bombast. It's not quite as gothic, but still, I mean, it's detectably incensey, so folks who know what's up will know what's up. What's up? Huh?
Have you ever been to a Roman Catholic mass?
I went one time when I was in middle school with a girl that I was going out with and her family, and I was shocked because they had real wine because I'd only ever gotten the grape juice.
I went to a Catholic mass with a friend of mine when I was in high school, and it was on Christmas Eve, and it was in LA because we were on vacation going to Disneyland.
Weird.
And the mass was the only one they could find, and it was in Spanish, and Jimmy Smits was there.
Was he giving the mass?
No.
That would have been weird.
But, like, how's that for an LA story?
Yeah, that's like the LA story.
Anyway, the church did kind of smell like this, but without the cookies.
I really like it.
It really does have that cathedral smell. It's beautiful.
I like, in theory, I like to be like kind of like, balls to the wall, like really intense experience perfume person. But in my daily life, a little cookie crumb never hurt nobody. I really think it helps kind of make the whole experience a little less distracting, a little more agreeable. I don't know, there's something homey about it. That's nice.
Yeah.
Our next little star is Sugar Cookie Peacock Queen. Described thusly as sugar cookies and blood red rose petals. Peacock Queen is one of my faves from the annual Yule Winter collection because it's like this like really just like rich, regal red rose. R. All the alliteration. Someone had written us to ask how sugar cookied it would be, and I was like, well, I don't know, I'll let you know when I smell it. And here it goes. Oh, like eyes roll back in head immediately. Oh, I just like huffing it. Okay, snap judgments is it reminds me of Knave of Hearts without the fruity notes.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me of, we had done years ago for Lupercalia a fuzzy pink handcuffs, which was like a pink rose cotton candy. This is like a little similar because of the sugar cookie, it has that kind of a little of the burnt sugar kind of stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like this majestical red rose. And it's got this like, I don't know, the heaviness and just sumptuousness of this rose, but it has this like kind of like crackling, toasty crust of sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And this is just like it, gang. This is it. Oh, there's a kind of like almost bitter edge to the rose in this because it's kind of like so pure and so heady that it kind of like is almost like it maxes out it's like when the speaker blows out, at a certain point in volume where there's so much rose happening that my brain is just like, yeah. But that's where I think the cookie really helps because it just gives you like, it just fills out the picture. Oh.
Blinded.
I know.
Not by the lights, actually, but by the smell. I'm just like, that's so rose.
It's really intense. And
smothered.
The cookie thing is kind of really just like a hint, but it is consistent. You know what I mean? Like it stays with, it's not like really dominating. It just kind of gentles things up and sugars it up a little. It's a lightly sugared rose.
It's really interesting.
I respect it so much. This is just like what life should smell like. And now, it does.
Yeah.
You ready to move on?
Yeah.
Now we are going into Sugar Cookie SATYR. SATYR is one of our GC perfumes and now has been cookified, and the perfumer writes, sugar cookies crumbled over a feral woodland musk. Now, I'm a little scared of SATYR because the regular one is too intense for me. I remember you smelling it years ago and trying to wear it, and I'm like, this just smells like pure sex filth. There's just something really, like, mid-orgy about the whole thing.
Oh, wow, people just, like, suddenly open the tab on the computer and were like, pure sex.
I have got to get some of this.
Add to cart,
right now.
Add to cart.
Yes, and I mean, honestly, I always love selling it to people because I'm like, you are like a sexual superhero if you wear this, I think. There are some overlap with snake oil. It's kind of like a weird, rowdier, more muskier, more robust cousin to snake oil, I think. Maybe some of the same musks, I don't know.
That really wild cousin that visits only a few times. Yeah. And every few years, and once you really leaves an impact.
Wants you to go out to that bar where they have the mechanical bull.
Right. And you're like, oh, I thought we did that last time. And they're like, yeah, and we're doing it again.
Yeah. Okay,
when I come to visit you, this is what I expect.
The cookie does soften and sweeten it and kind of make it like a little more like, who, me, So it's like,
yeah.
I feel safe giving it a try.
You're being coy about how much.
Oh, I'm just a little old sugar cookie that rolled around in the dirt.
Who, me? I've been wearing this for
The cookie version?
Yeah, for like the past 5 days.
It reminds me a little bit of Pumpkinville, which is our recent from the fall collection. Smutty, pumpkin-y, sex filth, like indolic musk extravaganza. This is weirdly tamed by the cookie on the skin. It's an intense musk. If you love musk and you love cookie crumbles, then I don't see what would stop you, but it's super sexy, musky, but it is really just like a dash of cookie crumbs, ultimately.
I mean, the cookies are way stronger upon impact, like, in the beginning, but then as it kind of settles down, the musk creeps out a little more, they level out. You just, like, really get
It's creeping on you. Yeah. It's like that movie theater date that, like, starts, like, here, and then, like, is just, like, pulling you in. To me, it's almost like
boundaries.
Boundaries.
I'm watching something.
For me, it's like powdered sugar cookies. That's what I'm getting. It's not like the granulated sugar.
Yeah.
It's weird, and that's probably because of the way the musk interacts, because a lot of people find musk to be powdery, but this is not baby powder for me. I'm getting like powdered sugar cookie with like a greasy, thumbprint in it. Just like, it's marked. Should we sniff the coffee just because the next one we have is sugar cookie snake oil, and between the overlap with the cookie and the overlap with the musks and stuff, I think we need a fresh taste. Shout out to the chock full of nuts people. Your stuff is often on sale at Ralph's, and I really appreciate that. It's a thoroughly adequate coffee.
It's great.
At a great price. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
What did she write about the snake oil? The sexiest cookie in town. I'll be the judge of that. Imagine being the judge of a sexy cookie contest. Maybe next year.
2022's next top reality show.
It's funny that I said SATYR is a rowdier version of snake oil because she is like galloping out of the bottle here.
This is another cousin who likes to party.
Yeah. Do not introduce these cousins to each other. They're like from different sides of the family, and if they ever visited at the same time, like, someone's gonna die.
Heads will roll.
Wow. This really brings out, like, so I'm smelling, like, the kind of rootiness of the snake oil, which I always really admire. It's just, like, coiled at the base of the tree or whatever. Just getting, again, like a whiff of the cookie. It kind of reminds me of Peacock Queen, where there's just this kind of, like, lovely surrounding atmospheric sugar cookie quality. This is like a darker musk. It's more mysterious. It's funny because
like spicier and resinous.
Yes.
Yeah.
She's got secrets. It's like more goth, I think, than the SATYR musk.
I definitely smell more of the cookie in this one than I do in the other ones. I don't know.
The patchouli is standing out, probably because I just smelled the other one too, so like the patchouli and snake oil is like just hanging out there, like dirtying things up in its own way. I love a perfume like this where you just kind of get lost in thought smelling it. It's like I'm not even like trying to form words, or I forgot that I was trying to describe anything. I was just kind of vibing.
Yeah.
Do you do that when you're wearing perfume? Just sit there and be like...
Yes, that's why it's so hard for me to be on the show. I'm just trying to vibe.
We could just have a show.
You expect me to use words?
15 minutes of vibin'. And we're just
okay, I really like this one.
Yeah. I know snake oil is perpetually out of stock because of our vanilla crisis that we're having. This is like, same with the pumpkin spice snake oil latte thing that we did for Halloween. These two are very close to the spirit of snake oil. So it's like, you're not really missing a lot. It's like there's a pinch hitter in for like a note that's missing, and you're just like, oh yeah, yeah. And it's not, this is not like a Christmassy scent that I'm smelling right now.
No.
It is the sexiest cookie in town, and she's not allowed to come home for Christmas anymore because there would be talk. So.
She doesn't want to anyway.
Oh, no.
She's going to the parties.
And has like a singing gig, Do you want
to? Her first, actually. She's taken a foray into some performing arts.
Here's where I share the tragic news that we are missing one. We grabbed all of these at the lab the other day, and this was all that was ready. And so we're missing Sugar Cookie Snow White. I don't know what to tell you. It wasn't there. We don't have it. Can't smell it. It is described as, glasses, Sugar cookies in a snowdrift with a hint of night blooming flowers. Doesn't that sound lovely?
It does sound lovely.
Let's all just use our imagination and just imagine smelling it and what it smells like.
I like it. It's like chilly, but there's like a cookie.
Just beautiful.
Oh, I wish I brought my coat.
So we're going to instead skip right along to the next one, which is Sugar Cookie Spliff. Now, if you don't
What's up with these sugar cookies?
know what a spliff is, I don't know how to explain it to you.
Here's the definition.
Is a spliff like where it's like weed mixed with tobacco?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
So, okay, these are the kind of like treats that you do not bring to the office. Or, I mean, I guess you do as long as everybody knows what's up. And you can just be... It's so, like, skunky. I'm proud of you, Beth.
I had a moment where I just completely forgot what we were doing, and I brought it so close to my nose that I was like, oh, geez, right.
Fresh and green, like, just like weed. It's like it hasn't been rolled into anything. It's just like sitting there in clumps waiting to be ground up. It smells like the grinder, the inside of the grinder. Oh. And there's like some sugar dancing around in there in the background, like desperately trying to get your attention. And like, I'm sorry, for now, in the bottle at least, it's just like completely upstaged.
I tried this on at the lab on Friday, and I had just like a little dot on my hand, and I could smell it like about 8 hours later when we were going home, and I was like, I can still smell the spliff cookie.
This smells like weed.
Yes. It does.
Do not wear to your, probation hearing. So on the skin, like, the cookiness is kind of, like, blooming up as, like, the skull-shaped green cloud of vapor dissipates. And it really is this, like, lovely, like, kind of, like, sugary poof, like a sugary whoosh. Really well blended together. The two are like holding hands. I'm glad that I tried it on the skin because it's gentling.
I do really like this one.
Oh, it's really nice. It's like, you know how like weed has like a kind of a clean smell. It's like really pungent and like strong, but like ultimately it's like so solidly
Herbal.
its own thing. Yeah, exactly. It's just like Mother Nature, man. But it's got this like kind of wispy sweetness to it that helps keep it from being straight up like what do I have, like weed flecks in my teeth, kind of thing. It's nice. It really needs that softer side.
Yeah, it blends with the cookie in a way that is just like very dreamy.
It's like it's not like a weed cookie. It's like weed on a cookie.
Yes, and you're like, oh, do I eat this thing on top or
right? Eat your vegetables before you have your cookie. And she writes, contains no actual spliffings, is definitely not edible. Please sniff responsibly. Okay? Don't be a clod.
Use your brain.
Don't be someone else's teachable moment. Okay? The year has had enough lessons as it is. That takes us to sugar cookie and a popcorn garland. We've done a popcorn garland as part of a holiday duet last year. It was like, what was it, cranberry and popcorn garland?
Mm-hmm.
So
this is different.
You know what it is?
This smells like a movie theater.
It does. It's
it's popcorn.
I'm getting like almost like it's like red vines and popcorn vibe, but just the sugar, the hot sugar. Of course, there's an overlap with Mouse Circus, which I think has like more musk. That's like a cotton candy again. Mm-hmm. Sugar cookie and cotton candy are similar but different smells. And here, oh my god, it's just delicious. This makes you start looking around to be like, where are they selling the popcorn? I want to say there's something that's almost fruity in this, and I can't tell why. I'll take a little bit, put it on my wing. It's just like two lovely snacky smells that I'm kind of smelling separately. Like they're not blending together. They just kind of are like, it's like in stereo where you're hearing the singer and then like the backup singer in different ears.
Oh, and I just got a whiff of the Spliff one, and I was like, it smells like someone's smoking in the movie theater.
Oh yeah.
What? Hey! Outside on your break.
Weirdly, okay, I might be crazy, but there's something about this that on me that's smelling kind of smoky. Do you want to smell me and tell
Where
me?
is it?
It's like the shiny spot.
Is my nose dying?
Can you not smell it?
I don't know. I mean,
It's. I guess it's just kind of.
It's hard because
it's
I'm
toasty.
I just smelled it on myself, so it's hanging out in there already. Yeah.
Use the chock full of nuts. CFON. We haven't had to break this out in a while, but I just knew.
Okay, give me the arm again.
Oh.
There is kind of a smokiness.
I don't know what it is. It's corny. It's cookie. It's tiny. It's toony. It's just like a lovely, like cozy winter foodie smell.
Yes.
Really into it. Pairs great with mulled wine, cider, coconut La Croix, whatever you have on hand. Festive. It's quite festive. It really does kind of seem like a holiday party. This is the last one that we have in the collection, and then we're done. So brace yourselves if you hate, quick goodbyes. Sugar cookies with extra sugar. Madness. Hold this. I will share the notes from the perfumer. Say, this perfume is ridiculous. So, I'm prepared to concur.
Well, that is sweet.
Oh! Right off the nose, the thing that this reminds me of most is that one that we did for the Forbidden, the Candyman, the story that the Candyman movie was based on. That is like it's like sugar and sugar and sugar.
This is really sweet on the skin.
A super sugary perfume. It smells like pure sugar. And I'm wondering how much cookie is in there really.
It's there.
We'll get to the bottom of it. This is really, we're just like, paranormal investigators for weird smells. Whoa. I mean, it's truly like there's a sugar cookie on the counter and then you place a 2-pound bag of sugar on it, And
or
then
like sugar cubes or something.
And then you put it in one of those like compressor machines that makes the kinetic YouTube videos that everyone watches.
Okay, I enjoy this a lot.
You hear that beep? Someone's backing up the sugar truck. Oh, you can't go wrong with this. If you really want to add like a gourmand like aspect to any perfume, this is like something to layer with it, because let me tell you, it is like straight up sugary cookies. They're taking away our trash. I'm getting like different kinds of sugar with this too, like where there's like kind of powdered sugar. It just kind of like, it's like the kind of thing where if you breathe around it, it flies up your nose.
Yeah.
Really just like vaporous.
Mm-hmm.
So, to review, any favorites, standouts, wishes, concerns?
I mean, they're all wonderful. I
really
think SATYR is probably my favorite, though, which is funny because
Fascinating.
I only have an imp of like the general catalog SATYR, and I don't think I've worn it more than once.
That's like someone trying to convince you that they're like not a slut. It's like, oh, I mean, I just,
Well, you don't need to call me out on camera.
Libra.
But anyway, it's for me. Sweet slut.
A very sweet, slutty fragrance.
I can't even find it now. I don't know where I put it.
We're here to set you up for like,
What's that one?
plenty of wintertime fun.
That's the Spliff. So that's snake oil.
For me, it's all about the Peacock
snake
Queen.
oil one's great too.
Snake oil is great. I found that it's really strong. It's like wearing really strong on the skin. Peacock Queen is just so like robust and recognizable that it really, as I'm moving along, like my oil daubed tissues, that's the one that stands out as like really different than all of the other ones. Because a lot of them are resinous or incensey or really foody, and then there you hit that rose, and it's just like a brick, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and I want that brick.
Mm-hmm.
What a journey, what a journey. Well, by the time you are watching this, it's possible that the Yule collection will have been released or maybe quite imminent. So just don't forget about these sugar cookies when you're shopping for Yules, because since they are a fundraiser for the food bank, we really want to make sure that they end up on people's Christmas lists. So, but you'll be hearing from us soon with more updates from the wintry depths of BPAL madness. Can you handle it?
Maybe?
Can you handle it? I'll take a maybe. All right, everybody. Harpy holidays.
Oh.
Do take care. Bye.